that time of the month again. It is time for my May wrap up. I did pretty good considering like reading, but at the same time I read a lot of like novellas and then like bonus stuff, so not really like I have a stack of books to show you. Also, if you hear like weird rattling noises, my cats keep playing with every single loud rattling toy that they own. If you hear something, that's the cats, and I apologize. First book I read, it's not a book, but first thing I read for the month of May was the Kingfisher's POV by Callie Hart, which was not that great. There was literally no reason to have that written or added. So I rated that 3 out of 5 stars. The next thing I read was A Court of Mist and Fury. Literal S tier book, God tier. One of the best books I have read this year. Amazing. I get the hype now, guys. But 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read Losers Part 1 by Harley LaRue. I rated this 4 out of 5 stars only because the ending was kind of mid and there wasn't much of a climax. But I did purchase Part 2 now that it's officially out on re-release and I have the pretty covers. That should be coming in the mail in the next couple of days. And I just got the audiobook because my audiobook's finally refreshed. I blew through my audiobook holds from the library because I rented so many of the bonus chapters and short stories. I should not have done that because I blew through them all. The books I was in the middle of were returned before I was done listening to them. So I am in the middle of multiple books right now. It's kind of a mess. My reading is kind of a mess all over the place. I hate being a mood reader so much sometimes. The Dare, that is the novella that is prior to Losers Part 1, also by Harley LaRue. I rated that 3 out of 5 stars. This is what my review said. The amount of master, good girl, bad girl, and punished was used in this book more than I could count on both my hands and feet. It was just repetitive, and then it was just around that one Halloween night, and it was just kind of mid. It wasn't like anything extravagant, and all of the boys weren't in it as much as I thought they were. The next book I read was The Dark One by Nikki St. Crow. I rated that 4 out of 5 stars. It was way better than the first book, let me tell ya, and it left on a cliffhanger. So I already started reading the third book, but again, I'm in the middle of probably like 10 books right now, so I do want to like sit and focus. I'll talk about this more on my TBR for the month of June, but I'm in the middle of so many series. It's kind of like overwhelming me, so I want to just like finish one. Like, I'm planning to read Losers Part 2 this month. I'm gonna get this duology done. And I really want to finish reading the Vicious Boy series because book 5 comes out in August. I just have book 3 and book 4, and I'm caught up. Like, I'm tired of starting all these series and like them weighing on me. The next thing I read was Van and Winnie. That was like just a short little chapter. It was like an added chapter that could have been in the book, and it was really not that long. It wasn't bad. I gave it 3 stars. Again, it didn't add like too much depth or anything, and it could have just been in the book. And the next 2 books I literally read within a single week was Crown Me Dead and Crown Me Yours by Liv Zander. 5 out of 5 stars. 6-star read for both of them. I was sobbing at Crown Me Yours. It was so good. I have not read 2 books back to back that fast. It was so good. The writing was amazing. The story was amazing. I was invested in the characters. Chef's kiss. God tier, S tier, whatever you want to call it. Amazing. Highly recommend if you have not read it yet. So that was my reading wrap up for the month of May. Not bad. I wish I would have read more actual books. I think you can kind of tell I'm just all over the place. I really don't know where my direction's at, and like I said, I am in the middle of multiple books right now, so I have a couple books that I am halfway in the middle of that I did read in the month of May but I did not complete.